Hey, it's Dr. Dave Candy here from Movement for Life. And for this week's weekly Friday fix, we're going to be fixing the fix for the quick fix. And what does that mean exactly? It means that in today's modern society, we want results. We live in the get it now era with eBay and Amazon Prime and on-demand TV. Click a few buttons and something shows up at your doorstep a couple days later. And that's kind of what our philosophy with surgery has been, is that you deal with this problem for a long period of time, and maybe you've had back pain for years, maybe you've had knee pain or shoulder pain for years, but then all of a sudden it becomes a problem. All of a sudden that, I can't deal with this anymore, I want it gone today. And so we go to the doctor and they take a picture, they take an MRI and find a rotator cuff tear, or a bulging or herniated disc, or a degenerative disc, maybe a torn meniscus in the knee or some arthritis. And we see that structure and we have the pain. We say, well, let's fix it. Let's drive the car into the mechanics, get that hole in the tire plugged up, get a new engine put in, and get back out there and start going through life again. But that's not the way our bodies work. And that philosophy started a long time ago, that if we fix the structure, our bodies are just going to get out of pain and get back to doing what they used to be able to do. It actually started in about the 1600s with a philosopher named Rene Descartes. And he came up with this idea of duality of mind and body, that we have our mind, our spirit, that they're kind of over here, and then our body's down here, and ne'er between the two shall they ever meet. But that's not the way that things actually work. That what we think about our bodies, the way we feel, our emotions, they're connected in with how our bodies actually work. And just fixing the tissue, while that does send signals to our brain, while that is a lot of times a big driver in our pain, is not always the only factor. And if that's the only thing we consider, then we drive the car into the shop, we have the surgery, we fix the hole in the tire, or we fix the herniated disc, or we fix the arthritis, put a brand new knee in that has no nerves at all, and everything should be feeling great. Wake up and that's not necessarily the case. Back surgeries overall, fairly successful, but about 1 in 3 people after an initial back surgery still has persistent pain. It still has ongoing disability afterwards. So is the answer a second surgery? Well, it just didn't fix it the first time. Go back in, second surgery, about 1 in 2 of those, only 50% is successful. So basically it's a coin toss at that point. Now if that second surgery happens to be a lumbar fusion, the odds go down even more. Only about 1 in 3 lumbar fusions actually results in a significant improvement in pain and disability. Basically your odds of coming out of the surgery no better than you were before it's greater. You're more likely to have a bad outcome than a good outcome. Now with other surgeries that are common, like knee replacements, those are also a very successful surgery. About 9 out of 10 people who have a knee replacement are quite happy with it. They get rid of their pain, or it goes down substantially. They get back to doing most of the things that they wanted to be able to do. But still about 10%, 1 in every 10 knee replacements, results in someone having ongoing pain or disability at about a year after surgery. And again, why is that? Well, because it's not just the tissues that are related to the surgery, that are related to the pain. So you go in, you have the surgery on the herniated disc or the arthritic knee, but you still have all the tissues around it that weren't replaced. The nerves in the knee that are still angry. The alarm system was ringing up here, and even after you fix the symptom or the problem, the structural problem, you're still having the pain. The alarm system's still ringing way up here when it should be ringing way down there. So the nerves are still sensitive. The muscles around it, those haven't been replaced. The lymph vessels around it that absorb swelling, those are still altered by the years of ongoing nerve sensation from arthritis, say, before knee replacement. And that's only the physical manifestations. The fear, the anxiety that comes along with surgery, well, gosh, will it work? I heard this story about this person who had knee replacement and was actually worse. Just the worry about, will I ever be able to get back to work? Will I be able to get back to doing all the things that I wanted to do. The stress of, well, this surgery cost a lot of money and I'm out of work, I can't bring in any income, that plays into the recovery process. And then just our general understanding of pain, the thinking that all the pain is in the tissue, and that when I wake up, oh no, I'm still having pain. What's wrong? What's going on? Why didn't the surgery work? And that's kind of why we're shooting this video, to give people an understanding that a realistic expectation after surgery is that there's going to be some ongoing pain for a period of time, but that should get better after a short period. The other thing is not to jump to surgery. That just because you happen to have pain on an MRI, and you happen to have pain and happen to have a herniated disc on an MRI, about 50% of people in the general population who have no pain at all also have a bulging, herniated, or degenerative disc on their MRI. So it could just be coincidence that you happen to have that structural finding on the MRI, and you happen to have pain. One may not be the cause of the other, but if you jump straight to the surgery, you make that connection that it's there on the picture, it's there, must be the cause, and it wasn't the cause, then there's a lot, or some at least, back surgeries or knee surgeries that happen for no reason. And that's not necessarily the surgeon's fault. Could something have been done to slow it down, to screen the process a little better? And a few things we take pride in at Movement for Life is we look at the whole person. We don't just look at the structure. We don't just look at the knee. We don't just look at the back. We take the time to truly evaluate the whole person, their physical and their mental, their psychosocial, everything that contributes to pain. It's not to say that pain's created in your brain or that you're manifesting it and there's nothing going on in your tissues. But fixing the tissues may not be the immediate answer, or may only be part of the answer. And the other thing is for people who have already had surgeries, who they've gone there 3 months after surgery, 6 months after surgery, and they're still having ongoing pain. It doesn't mean there's no hope. Just because fixing the structure didn't take care of the problem, it doesn't mean that you need another surgery, and actually having another surgery puts you at lower risk for success or a higher risk of failure than after the first surgery. So if you've had a surgery, or you know someone who's had a surgery and still has some persistent pain, we'd love to chat with them. And there's multiple ways we can do that. We can set up a free phone consultation, or we have ways that you can come into the office for a free discovery visit, so that with no cost, no commitment, we can just chat about the problem and see if there's something that we can do. See if there's something besides just that structure that was contributing to the pain, and that can be done to either prevent surgery in the first place or help you prevent a second surgery and get back to doing the things that you need to do, that you want to do, and that you love to do without additional medications, without injections, without additional surgeries. So if any of that's interesting, or you just found this kind of an interesting talk, you can click on the link here and go over to our blog. We have lots of more interesting tips like this and others, as well as if you're interested in the free phone consultation or the free discovery visit, you can find that as well. Have a happy Friday and a happy weekend.